Welcome back to the table. It is Finding a Toria, a weekly TTRPG podcast. 3 lifelong friends. Everybody say hi.
Yo.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. We've got Malcolm, Arcadia, and Jess.
Hi.
And we are talking about Discworld today.
Woohoo.
Yes, we are.
Yes. We're going to learn more.
You seem so enthused about that, Malcolm. Malcolm
Jess
has
is
been
peeing her
sedated.
Excuse me, I was not.
The rug's over there, Jess.
Wow. Oh,
It is
wow.
Malcolm who does that, not me.
Wow.
I use the bathroom like a civilized person. Thank you very much.
Please note that is a long-standing joke. Malcolm does not pee on rugs.
That we know of.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
This is going to be the I'm really damn quiet episode because I'm taking. I haven't even said hello
I
yet.
know.
And I've got a black eye and a
turned into
sore
this-
jaw already.
We ventured into the sinking fields right out the gate.
Immediately.
Good at that.
Sorry.
I was expecting, for some reason, Arcadia to lead off this episode. I don't know why. Like, I'm bringing the music down, and I look over, and your voice pops up, and I was totally befuzzled. But this happened the last time we recorded, too, where I was sure that I was about to drop the intro, and I'm, like, in mid to just... And Katie's like, hey, welcome back to the table. Where the hell are we?
Surprise.
What cracks me up about that is like 2 seconds earlier, you're like, you're moderating.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You pointed at me.
If we really want a surprise, maybe I should do it.
Just jump in before someone
literally-
talks during the music and go, fuck you guys. Welcome back to it. By the way, my current production project is I'm going to go through and edit all of the times that you have, not all the time, some of the times that you've used the F word on the show and just meld it in with the buttons of us saying, sorry, Jess. And have an entire montage of you going like, you motherfucker. Sorry, Jess. It just
I only said we should consider not swearing if we wanted it to be more family friendly for marketing purposes.
You're absolutely correct.
I just
that
wanted to
benign
point it
little
out.
statement resulted in all
Yeah.
of this shit.
I swear more than the rest of you.
That is statistically correct,
And I can do it in like 6 different languages.
which adds to the joke even better. Yes.
Yes. I wasn't saying it because I have a moral objection.
Okay. And because I remembered that Tori was moderating the podcast, you're the person I'm supposed to
Let's-
apologize to
let's-
for doing all of that. My fault.
Hey, Discworld. We're talking about Discworld.
So,
Maybe we try again.
oh, yeah, because that's going to
That's
help.
never going to work.
That's going to be great.
We could just take this and put it on Patreon and have the title be mine.
I so want to say the letters so bad.
If I say B,
Don't.
you might say
Discworld.
No.
Discworld. God damn it. Come
I
back.
damn near dumped it. All right. The problem with dumping it is this, and we all know it. We're already geeked up. If I
Yeah,
kill this and we
it's
come
gonna
back,
be
we're going to
worse.
look at each other and freaking laugh again.
Yeah.
So I remember long ago, the dewy slopes of episode some teen, we had a conversation about what worlds we would love to see BIPs for their own, our TTRPG.
Yes.
And we had some great ones. We had some that'll probably never be done, some that have already been done. And at the end, when we were all doing our, oh, wait a minute, I said this, but I really meant this. Or, oh my gosh, you said that, so I thought of this.
Yeah.
Discworld came up in my mind, the entire pocket dimension sort of thing. And of course, it's been out there. There's been versions of it. And
L space, not a pocket dimension. It's L space.
yep. Hey, Jess.
3PO's at the table.
What about that world makes you excited to role play in it?
Oh, I mean, I picked up the first disc. I picked up The Color of Magic in college, and had no idea that I love satire until I read that book and loved it, and then immediately devoured. Oh, I guess not immediately because there are like 40 or to 60. There are a lot of Discworld books. It took me a little while to get through all of the rest of them, but I immediately fell in love with Discworld because it is satirizing our world.
And for
but
those
at
that
the
don't
same-
know, Terry Pratchett's.
Yep. Yes.
Right. And we assume that you do, but it's a really rich world that does just play with words and fanciful results of words very well.
Terry Pratchett is absolutely hilarious, or was. I mean, he's since passed, unfortunately, but I had the great fortune of getting to meet him once. It was amazing.
Good guy in person.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious.
I
in
think-
person too. But like, satire aside, it is a very rich fantasy world all on its own. So you have everything from the wizards, you have witches, which are two distinct jobs. You have the night watch or the city watch. You have the patrician. You have all of these different lands that are inspired by other places. You have Uberwald, you have werewolves, vampires,
So,
you have zombies. You've got all kinds of stuff that you can different factions, different.
But with this unique overlay of the satirical, nonsensical sometimes world that Pratchett puts it in.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys read Discworld, but I think Katie and I went Xanth.
I was just gonna go there too. I was like,
We went Piers Anthony instead.
Piers Anthony Xanth.
That's
There is a distinct branching
Yes,
of
there
the nerd
is, there
tree
is.
at that point. And
I-
not that
you
the
guys-
two don't meet,
No.
but usually you're going to have in a room those that are 3PO level or close to it on one or the other.
yes.
I know.
I
I was
think I
thinking,
read all the
and
Xanth ones,
and
too.
I'm familiar with Discworld. I have not read all the books. I really want to, and I don't know why I've never
Done it.
you know
can
done
borrow
it.
mine.
But yeah, as soon as the talk started going here, my mind
Like
was immediately reeling
Xanth.
through Piers Anthony and Xanth.
Which I think that I got into a little bit less than I got into Discworld in the books, but that could be, I'm sure it's out there, another TTRPG. Another thing that's kind of been fun is to see the on-screen adaptations, up to and including, Good Omens that might
Yep.
be the most popular. Did just when you're reading those books in that big world sort of thing, where did you like the stories to come from most? Is it the stories of the wizards? Do you like the city setting? Do you like Uberwald is just great characters and great stories? Where do you like the most, and where would you go if you had your druthers to role play a game in there?
And if I'm going to role play a game, I think the best place to start would just be Anhk-Morpork, because basically all roads lead to Anhk-Morpork.
Right.
I mean, they occasionally go elsewhere, but the witches who live out in Lancre come to Anhk-Morpork at some point. Like, it's the melting pot of everything. It has all the different guilds. You've got the Assassins Guild. You've got the Seamstresses Guild. You
There
have
were
the Assassins
air
Guild.
quotes for the seamstresses.
Yes.
They nighttime ballerinas.
Only one member is actually a seamstress. It is a euphemism for something else.
The rest are
Nighttime
sewing
ballerinas.
oats. Yes. Okay.
Yes. But you've got the Fools Guild, you've got the Assassins Guild, you've got all these different guilds.
Thieves. Yeah.
Have
Absolutely.
thieves guilds that you could, if you wanted to, you could be a character belonging to one of those. You could be a visitor from one of the, you could be from Uberwald and come to Anhk-Morpork. You can be a werewolf who joins the Night Watch, like Sergeant Angua. You can be a dwarf.
So I mean,
Anything.
lots of sense behind the 2023 TTRPG being Anhk-Morpork.
and they do, and we'll dive into it there. But they found, and this is Modifius that did the Kickstarter and released the updated version of Discworld, and it is set in Anhk-Morpork, and I believe that for the starter, you are part of the Watch, and that's another one of those screen adaptations of late, I think 2019, 2020, around there. BBC dropped a short that was just beautiful and unique and hilarious and a really good time.
The Watch books are some of my favorite.
Sure.
I mean, it's just such a weird group of people.
So if we're playing the game, who do you guys want to play? What character? What class? What do you want to play if you're in Discworld?
Well, I think it's if I remember rightly from reading about the mechanics of the game, it's less about your, like, there's not really a class system.
Correct. It's
more of a character. Just
right. Mm-hmm.
What do you want your job to be?
It's your
Which
job.
is what class
right.
is. I just tend to go to that word because of our
You're
background.
D&D trained.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like, let's be honest, you're
Yeah,
D&D
because
trained.
we talked about that in the last episode about how like
D&D
every
trained.
other game doesn't use class. It's a job.
yeah. It's like in this case, it's going to be more like your job is just part of your character background.
Yep.
Like if you're a member of the Night Watch, that doesn't really. I mean, that would give you
It gives you skill
part
sets
of
to use.
Yeah, like part of your narrative function. Because, yeah, like how do other people react to you knowing that you are in the Watch versus, say, knowing that you were a wizard or a
Right.
member of the Thieves Guild or whatever?
So same question though. What do you want your character to be? Who would you be playing in the world?
It's Jess, it's a wizard. Am I wrong?
Except,
Well, I'm throwing that question out to the table.
Problem is that
Not your typical wizards.
No.
the wizards are only men, with
Oh.
one exception. If you're a woman, you become a witch instead. But and it's not in Anhk-Morpork either. But that's more of like that's commented on. There's a whole book about how women can't be wizards. Well, except one is. So
That doesn't work.
So if
Yeah.
you weren't able to access that I guess job, or would you go to the witch? Would you do a character that could become a wizard, or is there something more appealing in Anhk-Morpork for you as a player?
I mean, honestly, I do like the wizards, and there is, like
There's at least a storyline that gives you access to that as a possibility.
yeah, and realistically, Terry Pratchett's whole thing was to set up this is a rule of this world, and then promptly proceed to break that rule.
Sure.
Because
Seems
satire.
Right.
And Terry Pratchett. Like,
Right.
let's be honest.
And-
This is a constant. Not really.
Right. So, like, if it's a rule that the wizards are only men, it's
Meant to be broken.
Sure.
It's in the spirit of everything Terry Pratchett's written
Now,
in Discworld to break that rule.
Right.
So,
How would you compare? Because the wizard is the class that you would go to. Terry's use of magic in that world versus what we D&D trained individuals at the table here have concept of as far as like running a character that has magical power. It doesn't always. It's almost aggressive wild magic.
it is kind of, yeah, because magic, well, if you use it, if it goes wrong in some way, you risk opening the dungeon dimension, which has all sorts of unspeakable horrors which can come through into our world. And there's actually because the wizards basically run this university. It's the unseen university, and the magic is actually the equivalent of our world science. Like they have the high energy magic building, and some of the younger wizards, Ponder Stibbins in particular, is in charge of all of this. But it's basically quantum. It's like, oh well, we don't understand this. It's quantum. So like he's got like what functions as a computer called Hex, and like they've built the I think it's CERN, like basically we're going to split the atom kind of deal. They're going to
Right.
Yeah, they're going to split the thom, because the thom is the basic unit of magic.
So,
So it's treated like it's quantum physics essentially.
different than in like a 5e game, but you're still playing that wizard there. I think that's very cool.
So what I thought was really cool is mechanically how different it is. That it's really designed around narrative. You know, it's what spell am I doing? Why am I trying it? How does that fit the situation? How does my character's story and background make me capable of doing it? You know, it's not spell slots. It's not
Mechanics driven?
It's not mechanics driven, and then it's a dice pool roll against the GM.
I think we'll come back from a break and talk about the TTRPG.
Yeah.
Let's do
But
that.
real quick, just a narrative TTRPG is like the only way Discworld could work, because there's literally an element there called narrativium.
Correct.
Okay.
That's actually played
So-
into the manufacture and everything.
It's
So.
like you gotta have the narrative.
All right. I think we will come back and start talking about that.
When you sit down at the table, open the books, and spill out the dice, you're looking for an epic adventure. Tabletop role-playing is more popular than ever, and every day new players join our great hobby. My name is Steve Kellums, and I'm the host of the Epic Adventure Podcast. I'm just a fan with a radio voice, but joining me on this quest will be Mike Howlett, the co-founder of Oddfish Games, a great independent game company, and Christina Stiso, a PhD student studying game-based learning. Together, we will discuss all things tabletop gaming, from character creation to world building to setting and pacing. We will give you tips and tricks to make your games, well, epic. Like and subscribe to the Epic Adventure Podcast today.
This episode of Finding Atoria is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. The Finding Atoria podcast is looking for guests for our upcoming episodes. Are you or someone you know passionate about the TTRPG community and have a story to share? If so, contact us on our socials or reach out at wordleafmedia.com/findingatoria. And now back to your program.
Welcome back to the table, and we're continuing our conversation on Discworld, and I think we're talking specifically about the TTRPG.
Yeah.
So somebody
That's
tell
what
me
we do.
something that I don't know, which is a lot, especially on this one.
Narrativium.
Narrativia. Yes. So like, and that's, I mean, I guess gets a little bit into like a higher level satire. Like Terry Pratchett writes this series of fantasy stories to satirize stories,
Yep.
as well as like more specific satire within each one. So like the whole of Discworld operates off of what's called narrativium, and that means that like all of the characters are kind of aware of this. Like if the
Fourth wall break.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
big time.
Like if the story, I'm the hero, so therefore I have to win, kind of thing, or realizing that I'm not actually the hero, it's somebody else who's the hero, or something like that. If somebody else wins,
The
but like,
world and the story have not an agenda, but it's going to happen in that world that way.
Gotcha.
And for the game, it is what the characters have to affect.
yes,
And so you are almost 100% creativity, back and forth, shared story narrative, because the idea is in this world, what can go wrong will go wrong, and absolutely everything can go wrong. So it's up to the characters, and the game does a very good job. Once again, the game is most recent release by Modifius and has a lovely 220-page rule book with some pre-written things out there, but it is based on this idea that your characters, you don't roll stats. You're not coming with a whole lot of numbers. There is combat scenario in there, but everything is based as a test and then is affected by this narrativium, this will of the story or the world to continue on as it normally does.
yeah, because that narrativium can work for you or it can work against you, depending. Because yeah, I mean, like you've got a character who raised by dwarves in a mine has a sword that he's just always had. He's human. What are the chances that he's the long lost heir to the kingdom?
Right.
100%. Like, there is no doubt. Like, it is 100%.
Random human raised by XYZ.
It's almost the rule of whatever would make the most kick-ass scenario in this, like
Right.
That's
this
what goes.
possibility of outcomes is there. And then if I'm looking at this high level mechanically, and I'm looking at narrativium as a component of the game that the GM can use to influence it feels very much like positive narrativium is luck, negative
Right.
narrativium is
fear.
Is fear.
Right.
And it's
hope and fear. Yeah.
and you're back in that. And I'm not likening the two games in any way. I'm referencing the system in Daggerheart that's been adapted from other systems, but it's almost that. Are we picking up a bad day's bunch of shit or a good day's bunch of shit? And the story's going to come back at you almost.
That's what really hit me about looking into it a little bit is it definitely follows the trend, which fits the world. So not necessarily a game building trend, but of narrative driven, narrative focused. It's not necessarily the heroes going out to conquer the evil. You know, it is much more social. It is much more political. It's the narrative aspects of role playing that you're diving into when you play this game.
They do say in almost all of the reviews, if you like character creation for combat, for optimization, you want to see
play this game.
your piece move on the board and your character take levels and stuff and learn how. It's already out there. Go play the other game because this one's not going to conform. And there's so many games that don't. Like you said, the narrative is not the brand new bright example, but I think that it's so unique in the Pratchett sphere of possibilities with just wordplay.
It leans into it so much more.
It does almost in a unique way that, like Jess was saying, is that you have satire thick throughout this. So the expectation that something is what it says that it is on its name and face is almost nil. So you can't address it that way. Anyway.
I just think I can imagine the laughs at the table.
Oh, I'm sure you'd be like
playing this game.
Yeah.
I just think the opportunity for just uproarious fun would be massive.
Yeah, because like when I was reading some of the reviews of this, and a lot of people wanted to love it because they love Discworld, but found that the rules ended up being kind of like too rules light, and it meant that the game relied a lot more heavily on both the GM and the players to kind of come up on the fly with what's going on.
Saying
and
it's chaotic.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's Discworld. Imagine that.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I can see how, like, if you need more structure or if you want more combat, this might not be the game for you.
Right.
And these people may have just discovered that it's like, all right, this just isn't the game for me, because it's going to fill a very specific.
You've got actions
need.
like you can do combat, you can investigate, but one of your activities is high tea.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it is built for there to be a totally different imagination chassis on.
Yeah. And what, like, I would love to try, because I haven't played this yet, but like I would love to try this because like what it brings to mind is the first Night Watch book, Guards. Mm-hmm. You've got Samuel Vimes off doing his thing, and you've got Nobby Nobbs and Fred Colin trying to help, but they know that what they're doing is likely to fail.
So let me walk you there, because they give you that, they being the game, in the beginner starter set free to download sort of thing.
Do they?
Is they put you in the Night Watch, you're under the service of Sam Vimes, and something's been stolen from the patrician, and you're off on this. That to me is probably the easiest place to approach the game and the world from, as long as you start with something hilariously satirical, so you don't feel like you're in the Night Watch in Sword Coast or the Game of Thrones or someplace else, and you just fall into those tropes. I think the satire really matters there.
So it's more Pink Panther than one of the for heists and stuff. It'd be more Pink Panther than anything else.
One of the things I thought was really interesting, and when I was researching, was the idea that it's not about going out to conquer the world, that it's about balancing the world, that it's like about like just keeping it going.
The continuation of the world. And I interrupted earlier with my thought. No,
it was and I had a story that was going to lead to a point. Sorry. So like you've got the two Night Watch members who they know that they're going to fail at what they're trying to do, so they purposefully try to make it worse and lower their chances of it succeeding even more, because what they're trying to do is trigger 1,000,001 chance, because narratively, if it's 1,000,001 chance, it's absolutely going to work. But if it's 1,001 chance, then no,
because it would not have been brought up as 1,000,001 chance narratively if they weren't going to pull it off.
Right. So they, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to try to shoot this thing out of the sky, but like my aim's terrible. But like, well, okay, so
but if I bounce it off the mirror to go to the,
so we're going to make it unbelievably complicated, and that'll work.
What if I stand on one foot and then hop? And what if we put a chicken on my head or whatever it was?
Unbelievably more complicated.
Right, exactly. So just the idea of attempting to build 1,000,001 chance with whatever situation we've
Inside
got going
of a
on.
game,
Like inside
right?
of a game just sounds like that would with our group in particular would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Somebody's
hilarious.
looking at you yelling, no, there's still a decent chance that might happen. No,
It's
let's
like,
make it
you
freaking
need to be
weirder.
eating pizza at the same time.
Right, absolutely. I want Barry
not
Manilow
pizza.
on.
Not pizza. It's
If
right
you-
on a stick.
Well, if you
bucket of green
had spun
paint.
around 3 times first,
Right.
you might have succeeded.
So very, very cool, because I think that they give you some latitude to do that. And I think that the stories are going to, and we have not played this game. As excited
No,
as
but
we were about
I'd
it.
like to.
It's out there. It
A yes and game.
Yeah.
really kind of
It's like it's a yes
right.
and game.
You're
like,
at 783,000% to one, or to one that
Yeah.
this works. Let's get you to 1,000,000. Really quickly on the game itself. Paul Kidby is the artist on this, and that's of note because Terry Pratchett said that's the artist for that's my artist.
Gotcha.
And I think was John Kirby or somebody else amazingly famous before that did that style, and for a long time it's been Paul Kidby doing this, and he's done other books and art books for Anhk-Morpork and the rest of the world. And that's now you know more about the art of the book, and I don't have to look at my notes for the rest of the episode. It's working for everyone.
So it sounds like reception hasn't been
Mixed.
huge, because people are expecting more game element, less role play element. Is that an accurate assessment?
I think everyone. I think there was some expectation of role play, because I mean, even in a more combat heavy game, it's still a TTRPG.
Correct.
But I think just the lack of stricter rules for it means that if you don't have a lot of experience with TTRPGs, then you don't have a built-in understanding of how an encounter might work already. So it might
Sure.
be difficult for newer players, especially. But people who've been playing for 30 years, like I take our group. I'm the only newer player. You guys have been playing for 30 years.
But we've
Both-
also been playing in a mechanical structure
Yeah,
where
I
you've
was
got,
like, we've
and
always gone for
the difference
crunch.
in my mind is what do dice determine? How much of the game do dice rolls determine, or statistical
Right.
possibilities determine? And they're putting the lion's share of that into the narrative shared storytelling area, relying on that satire.
Can you give me the backstory as to why this might work?
Yeah, or like given your the description of your character, like Susan, granddaughter of death,
Right.
with the death powers, or she's one of my favorite characters. But like her role in a narrative would be different from a wizard's role in a narrative
Certainly.
versus a assassin or something. So like your role in the narrative, what it makes sense for your character to be able to do, your personality, like all of those would determine how something succeeds in so like it's kind of on, and I think that's where it was like it's a little heavy on the player to kind of figure out what to do.
Yeah, between the
because-
player and the game master.
Got to
Yeah.
develop the character to get
Because-
close to the story.
Yeah, it's like your chances of success are going to be a lot stronger if you're doing something that your character can do. Like
Right.
if you're, say, an assassin and you want to try to stop time, that's not going to work because that's not an ability you have. You have to be Susan, granddaughter of death, to do
and
that.
again, there's not a statistical outcome probability with dice that shows that your stat in magic or death magic wasn't good because you were an assassin and you're going to roll with a negative and have that mechanic base in there. It's all got to be understood and talked and narratively resolved.
What I'd be really interested in knowing, and I don't know that there would be any research or statistics to answer the question, but personally, I feel like in the world of TTRPG in general, a lot of people have gone to, they want the rules. Like we've talked about that a lot, that, a lot of people want raw. Whatever that might be, whether you're in VTM or Daggerheart or D&D or, whatever, people like knowing the framework and following that framework, whereas we're always like, chaos monkeys, and we're like, forget the rules, they're just guidelines. And so there's a part of me that wonders if that current,
Show me how the world works.
and
you can't
mentality is a struggle for players because this game is really light on that.
Yeah, I mean, that this type of game might actually work better for our group in particular because we are so
Chaos monkeys.
fuck it, let's homebrew it.
And I think that when we had that conversation before too, it was around the world of professional GMing in
Yeah.
gaming, and I could see there being less of a propensity for people to pay to have a narratively unstructured, chaotic setting for gaming versus, okay, this guy's playing 3.5
It makes-
and I know the rules and it's a rules. So I think that if you're going to part with that money, it comes with expectation. And maybe your expectation is a fun narrative time because I love Discworld so fucking much that I just want to hear people talk about it and move in that world. Fantastic. But the chaotic element of it may make it, the less mechanically structured element of it may make it less conducive for...
The continuity isn't there.
And it's tough to get because now what Raw gives you is a shared expectation.
Right. And to be fair, there's a lot of in the community. There's a lot of like holding accountable. You know, like,
Right.
well,
You cannot be this all powerful motherfucker.
The
There are-
GM didn't follow the rule on that, or the player didn't follow the rule on that, or you know.
And where I normally cringe at that, and it's not on topic with, well, maybe it is for Discworld, but I think that it's got its place, especially I'm putting that in the framework of
Pay to
paying to play.
Yeah.
Is I want to know before I walk through the door a little bit more.
What are you getting into?
Right. And can I track it? And yeah.
Anyway, I think it sounds great.
Yeah. So I guess my question real quick is like, I think that this game is probably best enjoyed by people who already know Discworld and know the stories. But I think the way it's written is meant to be like anybody and
Bring in newcomers.
Yeah.
like you could, even if you don't know Discworld, I think you still could enjoy this. You would just rely on the GM to...
The agreement is
Make
that
it-
you're
yeah.
going to get enough information specific to the satirical, fantastical nature of Terry Pratchett's Discworld that it's going to matter to you when you play the game. You're right.
Gotcha.
I think that anybody, and this goes back to our Star Wars conversation, was anytime that you've got deep, rich knowledge of the lore of a setting of a game, I think it gives you a lot more opportunity to enjoy that game, add to it. But as a game designer and a game publisher wearing that hat, I think that you would want to be able to offer access to those people that were not.
Right. Like we could play this as our table. Like Anka and I are the only ones who really know Discworld that well.
I'm iffy.
But all
would-
right, so maybe
I've read
I'm the
it.
only one who really
I've
knows
read
Discworld that
I've read
well.
books. I've watched some of the shows, but not nearly to the level you guys have.
I honestly, being me, I would want to read some of the books before I even touch the game.
Right.
Especially
with it being that narrative.
Yes, because I have a tendency to stray crunchy, and so I need something, anything
you
to
some
give me
guide.
some sort of
To
structure.
build that world, what does my character look like when they're
Yes.
moving around, and what kind of world are they interacting with? And I go back to the satire element, and if you read the books and if you watch a lot of the shows, it's right there. I mean, big 2x4 to the face, and it does not stop. And I think that if you can immerse yourself in that, maybe you have a better chance of...
Yeah. So I think that like if you don't really know the world yet, like there are like the campaigns that come with the
Sure, there is...
like,
Yep.
They start you with the night. They basically
They
get a
build you into it.
right. Like you start out as a member of the Night Watch or a student at Unseen University or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to homebrew it though, you're going to need to read the books though, because you need to know that like, well, I want to be a history monk. Well,
Right.
That's not going to be in the game guide, but you could absolutely homebrew all of that within this if you knew more about it. It's a rich enough world that you can take what that gives you.
How
and
many
then
books?
completely.
You can glean some...
there are
yeah.
a lot of
You're
Far
gonna be
too
able to
many.
glean.
Well, no, there's no such thing as too many books, but
If you do pick up the 220-page core rule book that I don't have a price point for because, there are 3 pre-written adventures in that book. There are pre-made characters
There
in
we
that
go.
book, but you're, I believe, free to download on the Modifius website. Quick Starter Guide has the one where you're the Night's Watch and you're working for Xanathine.
sounds like a game night.
Yeah. Per the reviews, that one was widely considered to be the best.
Was a good representation of. That's what I read as well. Very cool stuff.
Awesome. I think we should sit down and play it.
We should.
I think I want a book first. I'm going to say that one more time.
It won't take long.
Like,
Lure me up, Buttercup.
yeah, exactly. You have to give me something before I'm like, I have no clue what goes on here. And there are no rules to guide me.
I'm sure you know about our favorite angel and devil.
Well, demon.
Demon. Very true.
So I think we're going to go play it eventually.
I think it'd be
think-
fun to sit down and just see what we could do with the wordplay. I mean, a lot of us, some of us studied words. A lot of us make them up.
Shaped like a bean.
Snifflessly.
Fabiform.
There we go.
Fabiform
right.
is the word of the day.
Because I'm the one that studied words.
All right. Very cool, guys.
I think we'll go play. And I think we'll talk to everybody next week
Very much so.
at Finding Atoria. You can find us on all the socials, including wordleafmedia.com / Finding Atoria. Hit the button. Holler at us. We're on YouTube too.
Yep.
And everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
This episode of Finding Atoria is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. Find us at wordleafmedia.com / Finding Atoria if you or anyone you know has stories or other good things to say about TTRPGs. Get a hold of us. You can find us on all the social medias.
This episode of Finding Atoria is brought to you by Wordleaf Media. Are you interested in sharing stories of your favorite TTRPG experiences? If so, reach out at www.wordleafmedia.com / contact us on our socials, or you can now leave a comment on your favorite Finding Atoria episode at our Wordleaf Media YouTube channel.